The call came while I was halfway across town. The cleaner's voice was thin, like a wire about to snap. "Sir, I can't stay here. You need to come home. Now." I hit the accelerator before she finished. When I reached the house, she was crouched on the lawn, tears streaking through her makeup, staring at the master bedroom window as if it were a loaded gun. "I was just dusting the top shelf," she stammered, pointing at the closet. Inside, the bedroom smelled of lavender and cold air. I opened the door. Top shelf, black box, taped shut, no label. My hands knew the weight before my eyes knew the contents. I peeled it open, and something about my life, everything I thought I knew, shifted, soundless, like a knife sliding under skin. Photographs, dozens of them. My wife, Naomi, smiling in hotels I'd never seen. Arms draped around a man I'd never met. Our daughter in some shots, smaller, younger, holding the man's hand like he was family. Letters underneath, a second phone, receipts for private appointments. For a long moment I just stared, the images bleeding together. My heartbeat slowed, then steadied. No shouting, no collapse, only the cold recognition of a pattern. The cleaner hovered at the door, trembling. "I didn't touch anything else," she whispered. I thanked her softly, ushered her out, locked the door. Naomi had always been meticulous about appearances. She curated our marriage like a storefront. Business trips, charity events, nights away visiting her sister. She'd built a life inside a life, and I had been tending it like a gardener, blind to the weeds. I began the quiet work of excavation. Passwords from her laptop, bank statements hidden under code names, GPS data from her car's service app. The deeper I dug, the more deliberate it became. She wasn't just unfaithful, she was transferring our assets to a trust I'd never signed, preparing a flight plan under my name. I held my normal face at breakfast, pouring coffee, asking about her meetings. She smiled, the way liars do, too much gum, not enough eye. Each night I added to my grid, dates, deposits, hotels, the man's name. A consultant, twice divorced, deep debts. The box had been her mistake, left just high enough for someone else to find. Or maybe she wanted me to. Maybe she thought it would break me in the right way. It didn't. It gave me clarity. 2 weeks later, DNA results arrived. Our daughter, my center, my anchor, was not biologically mine. The numbers sat there on the page like coordinates to a battlefield I'd already crossed. I didn't speak to Naomi that night. Instead, I arranged the evidence, photos, bank transfers, DNA results, into a single, clean folder. I placed it on the kitchen island like a meal waiting to be eaten. When she walked in from her conference, I slid the folder toward her. She opened it, eyes darting, a tremor at her lip, the slightest hitch of breath. "Where did you—" she started. I stayed silent. She looked at the DNA report, then at me, her face drained. She tried to smile. "It's not what you think." It was exactly what I thought. I reached for my phone. A live video feed appeared. Our daughter asleep in a guest room at my sister's house, safe. Documents already filed for full custody under Naomi's own signature, obtained weeks earlier when she was too distracted to notice. "I knew before the box," I said softly. She blinked, lips trembling. What?" "I just needed you to confirm it yourself." Her knees gave out. She sat on the tile, one hand gripping the counter, nails scraping against stone. I placed the man's financial records beside her, debts erased, payments traced. Her entire plot diagrammed like a crime scene. She tried to speak, but only a dry gasp came out. I stayed standing, silent, cold, watching the architecture of her plan collapse under its own weight. Morning broke gray over the kitchen windows. Naomi sat where I'd left her, eyes open but unfocused. She knew everything was gone, accounts frozen, flights canceled, custody secured. Her secret child safe with the man she'd chosen over me. I poured myself coffee, the smell grounding me. Years of discipline had funneled into this single point, not a gunshot, not a shout, but a severing. I walked past her to the front door. Outside, the cleaner's car was gone. The lawn glittered with dew. Inside, Naomi finally spoke, a whisper that cracked mid-word. "You planned this?" I didn't answer. My hand lingered on the doorknob. I felt lighter than I had in years. Not free, just precise. No pity, no tears, only clarity. As I stepped out into the cold air, I thought of the box on the shelf. How it had waited for me like a fuse, and how, when it finally burned down, I hadn't exploded. I'd simply cut the wire and walked away. The last sound I heard was the quiet click of the door behind me, a sound cleaner than forgiveness, sharper than revenge.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and comment. Subscribe now to Cheating Stories Insight World for more amazing stories.